A CPN number is a 9-digit number similar to an SSN. The difference is that a CPN number is only for credit reporting purposes. You cannot use this number for anything besides reporting credit. It will not pass complete background checks or permit you to use it to report taxes, establish a NIN or open a traditional bank account. The primary function of your SSN is tax reporting. That is why the government gives you this number at birth to track your taxes. Banks and financial institutions took it upon themselves to start monitoring your information via your social security number. Even though that is not what it was designed to do, you can report taxes, pass backgrounds with your SSN. So, how can it benefit me? Since CPN numbers are for credit reporting purposes, hence the name, CPN, credit profile number, you can build a credit report apart from your SSN. A CPN will allow you to obtain new credit while resolving the issues on your credit report. A CPN should always be used as a temporary solution. Repair your credit, if possible, permanently. These other things can and cannot do with a CPN number. You can obtain credit cards, obtain store card, obtain personal loans, rent an apartment. More info, https://nuri.com/apartment-rental link. Purchase a car. More info, https://nuri.com/auto-loan link. You cannot file taxes, open a bank account, pass background checks, obtain FDIC insured loans, obtain Department of Education loans, use as your SSN for any purpose other than credit as long as you are not attempting to defraud a financial institution. You are good to go. You are liable for the debt incurred on your SSN and CPN equally. If you're using a CPN number for unlawful purposes, you can be in a heap of trouble. Are CPN numbers legal? As far as federal law is concerned, CPN numbers are entirely legal. Everyone who has ever heard of a CPN number has a very loud opinion about this. You can easily find 100+ online rants about how CPN numbers are illegal. But they all share one thing in common: no one provide proof or cites a single law saying so. Here is proof that they are legal. 31 CFR 1.32 Use and disclosure of social security numbers. 1.32 Use and disclosure of social security numbers. In general, an individual shall not be denied any right, benefit, or privilege provided by law by a component because of such individual's refusal to disclose his social security number. It means you cannot be denied credit or any privileges because you refuse to provide your social security number. Reference Cornell Law, https://www.law.cornell.edu/cfr/text/31/1.32 link. Social security numbers are designed for tax reporting purposes only. Private companies, including banks, financial institutions and consumer reporting agencies such as Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, have taken it upon themselves to use your social security number to track your financial history. They do this because Congress failed to enact new credit reporting laws since the 1970 FCRA, Fair Credit Reporting Act, when credit was not as prolific as it is now. The 1970 FCRA also paved the way for the CPN loophole to create a secondary number for credit reporting purposes. The government has been using CPN numbers for decades. That's how they protect thousands of high-ranking government employees' financial information. Artists and athletes also use them to protect their identity from being stolen. Facts Black Circle: creating a good CPN number is easy but takes some practice and patience. You may need to try 2-3 times to get a 100% working number. Black Circle: a new CPN number carries no credit score whatsoever. You have to build it just like you would an SSN credit report. It can take up to 2 years to mold a perfect CPN number. How do you create a CPN number? A CPN number is a legal loophole. The law allows you to not provide your SSN to anyone else other than law enforcement and for taxes. And since credit bureaus, banks and the rest of the financial institutions are not government-owned, insured or funded, and you are good to go. What you will be doing is creating an alternative credit profile. We do this by making what is called a CPN number, using specific numbers that are not being used as social security numbers. These may be numbers reserved for future use or not issued as an SSN. Some people refer to CPN numbers as validated because they have been issued as SSNs. I do not recommend that anyone use these types of validated numbers. We will provide you with the working numbers below, but it is ultimately up to you to check your number. After you choose your number, it will be time to check the number is valid as a CPN and clear of use as an SSN. Once you have your clean number, we will create a registry with the credit bureaus to put your new CPN number on file with your name, date of birth and address, also known as tree merging. After tree merging your CPN number, we will build you a public profile. Public profiles are important because banks look at your CPN and want to see public records with your information matching your CPN address. After that, it is time to apply for your first account. In this step, you know if your CPN number is ultimately good or not. But don't be discouraged if you fail your first attempt. It usually takes 2-3 shots before you have the process down to a science. Once you have applied for your first account, it will be time to register for a credit monitoring service to track your CPN number's progress. After that, we will show you how to strengthen your CPN through additional public records and successfully build out your CPN using one of 2 methods we recommend. Section 2: Making a CPN. Step 1. Generating prefix. To generate a valid CPN, we will need to do 2 things. Pick a prefix and generate the last 4 digits. The prefix is the first 6 numbers of your CPN number. Pick one from the provided list below and save the number. First, download this list of possible prefixes, https://nuri.com/prefix link. Make sure to write down the first 6 digits you picked. Please note, you may need a spreadsheet reader. You can use Google Sheets for free, https://docs.google.com/link. Frequently asked questions. If there is no number for your state, use either the state you were born in if other than your current state or your closest state to your current location. Step 2. Generating last four. Now it's time to generate the last 4 digits of your CPN number. We usually recommend using the first 2 and final 2 numbers of your date of birth as the last 4 digits of your CPN number. For example, if your date of birth is June 191988, your last 4 digits would be 0688. You should now have a 6-digit prefix from step 1 and the last 4 digits from step 2. You currently have a whole 9-digit CPN number. And it is time to move to the next section, which will be checking your CPN for validity. Section 3. Setting up CPN. Step 1. Checking your CPN status. The first thing you will want to do is check your number meets a CPN number standards. In this step, we will be reviewing if the number is in use. You will want to go to the following link, https://www.snvalidator.com/. They only allow 3 searches every 24 hours. Enter your CPN number on their main page, accept their terms and conditions and submit. You will see a result like this. Image a typical result you want to see. As long as the results do not mention an approximate date of issuance or a death master file record, your number is a good CPN candidate. Assuming you found a number with no approximate date of issuance or death master file record, you may move to the next step. If your number has an approximate date of issuance or a death master file record, it will not work as a CPN number. Step 3. Checking for validation. In this step, we will check that the number has not been issued as an SSN or used by anyone else as a CPN. This step is hit or miss since so many people make CPN numbers, and these websites take days or weeks to update their records. You will want to go to the following link, https://www.registry.org/validate/link. Enter your CPN number and click validate. You will want to see a red result that says invalid image. If the search comes up valid, you should use the first and second steps to change your number out for a different one. If your number comes up invalid, then you may move forward. Step 4. New address. It is crucial to understand that you need to have an address not linked to you in any form or fashion for this process to work. If you use an address where you have previously received mail, paid utilities, mailed packages, you risk merging your CPN with your SSN, rendering your CPN obsolete. You should always set up a temporary mailing address when setting up a CPN number. It is imperative unless you have various addresses not like to at your disposal. You will want to set up a temporary mailing address to merge and test your CPN before applying for your permanent CPN address. You will allow you not to waste the address you want to use on a CPN number already being used by someone else. Your first step will be to visit https://zillow.com link. Enter a zip code at least 20 miles from your current address. Filter the search for rental properties. Pick a home that is currently for rent. Copy the address. We will be using this as a temporary test address for your CPN. Don't worry, this is only temporary. We will be removing this address at the end of the course and replacing it with whatever address you want that is not linked to you. Make sure to pick an address for a home, not an apartment. If you need to choose an apartment address for this process, make sure you select the correct apartment number as shown in the Zillow listing. Make sure you write this down along with your CPN number. Step 5. New phone number. You will also need to have a new phone number. The easiest thing to do is go to https://voice.google.com link. Sign up for a free account. Use your current number as the forwarding phone number, and it will not be reported to anyone, so no risk of linking your files. Step 6. Adding info to CPN. In this step, we will be creating a new credit file with the credit bureaus. This step will add your name, date of birth and address to your CPN number. You will first want to make sure you have all the following information before starting. CPN number, new address, new phone number. The way you will be creating a credit file for your CPN is the same way a credit file is designed for your SSN. You will be applying for 2 cards. We want to get declined for both of these. They will automatically create a credit file on each credit bureaus and add the appropriate inquiries. The information you enter on these applications will be what appears on your new credit reports. Make sure you put your exact name, date of birth, temporary mailing address, and unique phone number in each one. It is also advisable that you create a new email address. You can use your employment information and income. You can also say that you are self-employed and provide any information you want. If you need pay stubs to back up your application, visit https://www.shopify.com/tools/pay-stub-generator. Link. You can free pay signups. You will start by applying to the following cards with your CPN and temporary mailing address. British Airways Visa Signature Registered Card. https://credit.chase.com/travel-credit-card/British-Airways Link. City Advantage Platinum Select Visa. https://www.city.com/credit-card/credit-card-details/city.action?mark id equals city-advantage-elite-credit-card &category=American Airlines -advantage-credit-cards AFC equals 1A3 int equals 7-7-67-1-MCT-1 CMS default offer link. The next section will be testing your CPN number is not being used by someone else. After completing the above steps, please wait at least 2 hours before moving to Step 7. Step 7. Testing CPN is not in use. In this step, you will be making some test applications to see if your CPN number is working correctly and not being used by anyone else as a CPN number. You will want to apply for 3 accounts. Please pause 30 minutes between each application and do them in order. We only expect you to get approved for one of the following accounts. In some cases, you may be approved for total 3. First will be https://secure.meg.com/application.asks link MDG. It's like HSN and QVC. You can use the cards to purchase things from the website if approved. Second, https://www.capitalone.com/credit-card/platinum/link capital 1 platinum card. If approved, it can give you from $300 to $500 limit on a Visa card. And last, https://applyroadloans.com/link. Road loans, if approved, you can receive up to $30,000 auto loan. Please note, if you are not approved for any of these accounts, there is something wrong with your CPN number, or someone else is already using the number as a CPN number. If this is your case, start from the top of section 2 again. You will need to make a new number and test it also. Make sure to use a new address, phone number and email using the temporary mailing address technique above. Step 8. Credit monitoring. In this step, we will be setting up your credit monitoring. It is imperative to note that you may face verification randomly with any of these. That is the reason we offer you 3 options. If you have done all the above steps correctly, you should fly right through this step. Apply to one or all 3 of these. Credit Karma https://www.creditkarma.com/link Credit Sesame https://www.creditsesame.com/link Free Credit Report https://www.freecreditreport.com link. Remember, we give you 3 options because anyone may randomly require you to send them proof of identity such as it. If that happens, skip to the next one. Once you have verified and inside one of these free credit monitoring services, you'll notice something right away. Your credit score says 0 or NA. 0 score is entirely normal. Remember, you recently set up this CPN number. No payment or account information has been added to your credit report yet. Once you get to the building history part of the CPN number program, we will worry about this. That is a few pages ahead. At this point, you have a fully built CPN number with credit monitoring. But we still have to do a bit of work to get this working right. Step 9. Forwarding temp address. If you are on this step, it's because you were approved for one of the above accounts. If you were not approved for one of the above accounts, you need to try again. Chances are someone is already using the number as a CPN number. First go to https://noversky.usps.com/mgo/disclaimer link. Once on the website, click Get Started, enter your temporary CPN address and the final forwarding address. Make sure this final mailing address or where you will receive your mail that is not associated with you in any form or fashion. We will be updating this address on the credit bureaus also. That will be a bit further down in the process. You need to complete the section only if you are using a temporary mailing address as suggested above. This step is important because since you were approved for one of the above accounts, you'll be receiving mail from the lender or company. Remember a few steps below, we will be revisiting the address part of this process. We will be updating the credit report to reflect the mailing address you choose. Get your mail moved away from the temporary address before updating your address on the credit bureau system. Step 10. Public records. Now it's time to set up your public record and cement your CPN number. It will also be the first step to changing your address on the credit bureau system. If you forgot why we are doing this, it's to allow testing on your CPN without wasting your addresses. First go to www.listingyourself.net/listyourself/listing.jsp link. Once on the page, enter your CPN information. Use the address to be kept permanently. The public record will give you an added boost when applying for cards and loans later on. Do not use forwarding address in this step. Use the address where you are forwarding and picking up mail, not associated with you. By now, you should have a CPN number that is pre-merged, tested, has a clean forwarded address, new phone number. If all of the above is true, you can move to the next and final step of setting up your CPN number. Extra resources, try to complete as many of these as possible. You don't have to do all of these or any right away, but it's a good idea to make your number stronger. AutoZone Rewards website, https://www.autozonerewards.com/viewlogin.htm link Ace Hardware Rewards website, https://www.acehardware.com/ace-rewards link Delta Rewards website. https://www.delta.com/profile/nrelanding.action link Spirit Rewards website, https://www.spirit.com/savers-club link JCPenney Rewards website, https://www.prewards.com/link MyPoint Rewards website, https://www.mypoints.com/m/u/index.vm link Walgreens Balance Rewards website, https://www.walgreens.com/balanceairwood/balance rewards JSP link. These do not report to your credit. They make your public record stronger. Your public record is an essential part of getting approved for high balance cards and accounts in the future. As stated above, you do not have to do them all. Do whichever ones you want. It's up to you. But, the more, the better. Step 11. Update address on credit file. The way to do this is just like step 6, adding your information to your CPN. You'll just need to do a single application this time. This will send an instant notification to the credit bureau to add your permanent mailing address to your credit report. Apply for American Express Platinum https://www.americanexpress.com/link. Credit card/card application/apply/platinum Delta Sky Miles credit card/25,330 to 5,364 0 code equals 140 to NCI equals 00153754071 and INT equals USACQ shop consumer VAC prospect apply Delta Platinum number sign/link. We are not looking for approval here, just using Amex to transmit information to the credit bureau. Make sure you do not use your temporary forwarding address here. The point of this step is to update your address on the credit file. Use the permanent mailing address that is not associated with you, as explained before. That is all you need to do to make your CPN number. Remember, this is a new CPN number and has NA or 0 credit score. You have a few options to boost your new CPN number score and be able to apply for other cards. Your first option is to build your CPN number like a traditional credit file. Applying for secure cards or having a cosigner helps you obtain cards and loans. The other option is to add trade lines to your CPN number's credit file. Below we will give you 2 methods from our CPE Trade Lines program, which teaches you how to add primary trade lines to any credit report. Free bonus straight out of the traderlines.com program. Remember, there are 6 other methods in the primary trade line program that can help you add primary trade lines to any CPN number or credit report. Method 1. Rental trade lines. This method is an excellent choice for a new CPN or someone looking to rent a new home or apartment after credit repair. The companies below can post up to 2 years of rental history on your credit report in one of the trader lines that will impact your score the most. Typically these trade lines posted to credit bureaus, TransUnion and Experian. They may soon update to also report to Equifax. These accounts are great for building your score and getting you approved for smaller cards and apartment rentals. Before starting, there is a couple of things you should never forget. The companies providing rental trade lines are not in the business of selling trade lines. They are in the business of reporting rent. So, don't email them asking about their trader lines. You will also need to gather a few documents to make this work properly. A lease agreement for your state will be required. We offer a copy of a Georgia lease agreement below for reference. To find a lease agreement for your state, Google and do a quick search by typing your state lease agreement. You will also need a friend to help you with this method. They will be acting as the landlord when the company calls to verify your payment history. You can opt to use your real landlord, but that depends on your specific situation. When picking an address for your lease agreement, make sure you know the actual homeowner's name. That is the name you will need to put in the lease. That is the name they will call your friend by when doing the phone verification. Make sure your friend or landlord know they will be calling. And make sure they have read the lease agreement, so everyone is on the same page. The call will be quick and will go something like this. Hi, this is James from the rental report. We are calling to verify rental information for one of your tenants. How long has ETC been living ETC? How much rent does he/she pay? Have they ever been late on their rent? Once the verification process is done, you can expect to see the trade line report in your credit file between 20-30 days later and will increase your score by 5,0,1,0,0 points depending on how much you reported you pay per month and if you choose to send in more than one lease. Method 2. Authorized users. Authorized users are, by far, the most used instrument to improve credit. They are easy to purchase, you don't have to worry about any paperwork, and you know what day it will post. All of these conveniences do come at a cost. Authorized users are accounts that belong to someone else. This person will add you to their account. These types of accounts are also known as piggybacking. These accounts are only temporary on your credit file. So, make sure you are ready to apply for whatever you want when adding this type of trade line to any CPN or credit report. traderlines.com link, tradelinesupply.com link, personaltraderlines.com link. All you have to do is call them up and ask what is available. Make sure you only buy accounts that have at least 2 years of history. And get cards that have posting dates close to each other and give you time to apply for whatever you are trying to do. Remember, these disappear 30 days after the first reporting. Most authorized users will post to CPN numbers. Some specific cards may not, and they may ask for a copy of your SSN card. Check with the vendor you choose before purchasing any lines. Make sure you know the exact date it will post, the balance and the time open. For a new CPN or a clean credit file, we recommend that you choose this option. You buy authorized users using the formula below. But, it will all depend on precisely what you want to do. So, let's say you want to purchase a new vehicle, get a personal loan or apply for whatever type of lending you want, with a low interest rate. You have a new CPN or a credit file that has no history or very little. You will want to have at least 30% of unused credit versus the amount you are applying. For example, let's say you want to buy a $40,000 vehicle or any $40,000 loan, card, etc. You should purchase authorized users that will amount to 30% of the loan amount or about $12,000 of authorized users. So, for example, you can use something like this. Authorized users, Barclays, limit, $6,500 Capital One, $4,000 Chase, $2,500. 28 underscores. Total limits, $13,000. Use this recommended formula when buying authorized users. You can always purchase more than you need but never less than 30% of your application. When you apply for a loan or card, banks will feel like you are getting credit because you want it and not because you need it. Always make sure you check the cards do not have over 10% utilization. Utilization means the amount of money being used from the actual limit. So, a $5,000 card cannot have more than $500 spent on it to boost your score. Cards with a high utilization may hurt your ability to gain new credit. Also, make sure you know the posting date of the card. It is vital because authorized users are temporary accounts that will last 1-2 months on your report. So, knowing the days when they will post is crucial. You don't want to get cards that post far apart from each other. All authorized user accounts are linked to the address of the original cardholder. It is advisable, if possible, to purchase all your lines from one person or company. And make sure most if not all of the lines you are buying are registered at the same address. You may need to file a dispute with the credit bureau a few years down the line to have this address removed from your consumer credit report. It is crucial that you are 100% ready to apply for whatever you have in mind by the time you pay for the authorized user accounts. Remember, these are temporary listings on your credit report. Also, good to know is that if the card owner ever defaults on their account, the credit bureaus cannot post any adverse information on your credit file. So, you are free of liability. Frequently asked questions, https://traderlines.com/fact link you can report 2 years closed. As in 2 years I've paid rent on time verified through a lease and an open lease where you have been paying 7+ months. Here are the companies offering this service right now. Please note doing a quick Google search will report Rent-A-Credit will give you an updated list of companies providing this service. https://rentalkarma.com/link https://www.rentreporters.com/link https://rockthestore.com/link https://credittrendboost.com/link Pick any one of the above companies and do your research on them before starting. Check what bureaus they are currently reporting to and their reporting fees. Step 1. Pick rental reporting company. Step 2. Gather the following documents: driver's license or alternated i.e. passport, lease agreement. Step 3. Fill in your lease or leases carefully. If you want to have closed paid as agreed accounts, remember you need to send in a backdated lease. If you wish to a current open account, you need to send in a lease that is at least 7 months old. You can also do a mix by purchasing both. Up to 24 months backdated and a current lease. Please see the sample lease below. Step 4. Call your friend/landlord and let him know what you will be doing. And explain someone will call him about verifying your rent. Make sure he knows the amount, the date you moved in etc. If you choose to use a friend, it's okay. Just make sure he uses the name of the actual landlord of the property you are putting as your residence in the state lease agreement. Step 5. Call the rental reporting company you choose. Let them know what you wish to report and go through their process. They will ask you to email them your lease or leases. After they receive your payment, they will contact your landlord/friend. Remember, he needs to be the homeowner. Once verification is complete, you can expect to see your trade line report in 20-30 days. Make sure you ask the vendor for the exact posting date of each account. That is all you need to have a perfect CPN number. It is best to add as many forms of trade lines to your CPN number to get your score up as quickly as possible. You can reuse this information to make thousands of dollars per month. Did you know blank CPN numbers average selling price without tree merge or public record is between $150 to $300 depending on the source? Single trade lines created with our trade line methods can be sold for $600+ each. We hope you are happy with your purchase.